Hey y'all, Tristan here. So this was supposed to be the second episode, but things happen, you know? So let's just ignore that. And you guys enjoy the video. Thanks.
I kill like shit. This bitch got me bent. Do I love you? Well, I just don't know. It just depends. I don't got no friends. Man, I miss my bitches. I don't do no pocket watching. I just mind my business. I kill like shit.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our lovely podcast Full at Night. I'm your host with the most, I'm Tristan, and I'd love to introduce our lovely guest stars here today. Go chaotic. I don't care who goes first.
That guy.
That guy would be me. Hello, I'm Sean. I'm back again. Your favorite, I know. All right. But we also have Mr. Skinny Penis, also known as
5-star Rodney. It's me. How you doing? I was supposed to be here last time, but I fell asleep. I'm awake this time though. Took mad Adderall. But I'd love to introduce you to my favorite white guy right after Jack Harlow.
That's me. I'm his dealer for the Adderall. That's why he's here. I'm James. Nice to meet you. And now I'm going to introduce you to my favorite Surf's Up character.
Lucas, that's you.
I'm not a Surf's Up character. I'm a cat.
All right.
I think they're talking about you, Jeffrey.
Go on, Tristan, do your thing.
You're the Surf's Up character.
Yeah, come
That's
on.
you.
Ladies
You're
and
a
gentlemen,
fucking
Jeffrey,
chicken.
he's a fucking chicken.
A chicken on a surfboard throwing up a peace up sign.
Who's the
Nah, I
mysterious
ain't feeling
hand?
surfboard.
Who is
Like,
that?
I don't know why everybody's getting so aggressive.
I'm a cat being choked out by a hand.
Why is Mikhail still playing poker?
I swear to God, I'm not, man.
He's playing it by himself.
Bad times.
All right,
I mean, it's
so
called mob ties, guy. Come on, be real.
It's called a gambling addiction.
all right, so if you guys follow music at all, you know the one man, the greatest man of all time, Uzi, dropped Pink Tape. We gotta talk about it. We gotta have
The
a
glazing was hard there. Hold on.
we gotta have a civilized discussion about Pink Tape. Fuck you, I'm not glazing him.
That's a little glazy, sir.
Nah, I'm not
I am
glazing him.
glazing.
It's just a little spit, just a little spit. Calm down,
A
bro.
little split, a little spit. It's all right. I'm not. Hey, bro, we're not homophobic here. It's okay.
I was gonna say it's Prime Month, but that just ended.
Nah, that's over.
Yeah, that's over with. Damn. All right, so we should just go around the board to start with and just like give a general rating on it.
I mean, hold on.
Yeah.
Before we start, like starting with the ratings, but like, cause I'm gonna leeway the little joke into making things. You saw how many songs that he had to defend himself? They're saying that he's not gay. Like, there's like a couple, like whole 7 songs, or like whole like lyrics just about I'm not gay. People thought I was gay.
That was his first song, right?
Not even just the first one. Like, there's a
With the
couple.
He
Of
said it a
song on
lot,
the
yeah.
album.
He said it a lot in different songs.
I think it was
He had to make sure it was like known.
I mean, I feel like that's a classic Uzi thing. He just wants
No,
people
it is
to
a
know he's
classic
not
Uzi.
gay. But
It's because of his fashion. Like, his fashion is like very not normal niche. So instantly people like, yeah, this boy gay.
sure,
It's just like, okay. That's just like a whole bunch of the non like fashion people that's just don't get it and instantly just like, yeah, no.
yeah, Uzi's
But,
a free spirit. He expresses himself. I can't do that though. I will not walk out the house looking like Uzi.
I just might. I'm not gonna lie, I just might.
Hey, bro, I support you 100%. All right,
If I'm finna wear a skirt, I'm finna wear a skirt.
As Young Thug once said, had to wear a dress because it had a stick.
you know what? Let's do this. Fuck the rating right now. We'll do the rating at the very end. Let's just. Does everybody have like one hot take for it right now? Like one bad thing, one negative thing to say about it?
Oh yeah, I do.
All right, we'll start with you. Go ahead. What's your negative thing about Pink Tape?
He absolutely fumbled the bag by only having 3 features on the album. It was completely worth the wait. It's a generally good album, but I think he even got on IG Live, talked to people about it, like bringing more hype to it. He hung out with all these people over these last like what was it 2-3 years?
Ken
Job
Carson.
search.
Yeah, Carson.
Ken Carson should have been on the album. He's been hanging out with so many of these rappers. We've been seeing him like bring them on stage and stuff like that. Why did he not put them in the album? It's like confusing to me.
Did you generally think Ken Carson was gonna get on the album?
I mean, Ken
I mean,
produced.
he made the beats.
Yeah, Ken
No, no,
produced the song, and Cardi backed out of the album. I know that Cardi was supposed to be on track. I think like 5. I don't know which track he was supposed to be on, but he backed out the day of the drop.
That's such classic Cardi too.
Yeah.
Like that's just not a thing that Uzi can control.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a similar situation with the Trippie Red album a couple years back? Because I remember that album came out and They're Afraid of You dropped, and I remember like, yo, this is the most fire song on the album, and then they took it off because Cardi's like, yeah, I don't want that there.
Yeah.
Cardi stays hating his fans. Like I
Okay.
think he actually hates everybody that loves him.
Yeah. Clearly, his fan.
I still send him love letters every once in a while.
All right, before we devolve this into a Cardi conversation, I got something about Pink Tape. I think, in my opinion, the first couple of songs, the Rage songs, they were just too long. I think Uzi just, when he does a Rage song, he just makes it way too long. It should be like 2 minutes, like a minute and a half, and then that would have been fine with me. But the fact they were like 3-4 minutes, that was just insane.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Although I do like in that Suicide Doors, I think the second verse is strong. I just think the hook just or like that one flow he does carries on for way too long.
I completely agree with that statement.
Yeah.
But the second half of it is nice. I feel like the first half is kind of just dull and
Yeah,
dragging
Suicide
on.
Doors, I'll give the exception to.
Also, I think that's shit. What was the song with Travis on it?
Hey.
Yeah, it was just a whole lot of fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually gonna be my complaint. My one complaint is I genuinely loved like all the features he had. Although the Travis Scott one just did not pull its weight compared to any of the other features.
It was very underwhelming.
I do think it was very underwhelming, but I like the song for what it was. I do, but this could just be me glazing because I love Travis Scott and Lil Uzi as a duo. I just think that they didn't finesse the beat like how they normally would, but I still think they put like their little thing on it. And I feel like maybe a little less than a year, everybody's gonna like the song again.
Hey, can I ask you a question, bro?
Yes.
What does this do for Travis's legacy? How does this hurt him, man?
I plead the fifth.
You think Utopia dropping too?
Oh, speaking of Utopia, I say Pink Tape goes #1 by the end of next week, and then the week after that, when Utopia's supposedly supposed to drop, like a couple days prior to Rolling Loud, he gets his #1 stripped away by Travis Scott. That's what I think is gonna happen.
No, yeah, definitely.
I can see it happening if Travis actually drops Utopia.
I think the only reason why Lil Uzi is gonna get his stripped away is because Travis Scott has shown very like forward that he wants the features on his album, and Lil Uzi did not put as many features on his album. So Travis Scott's just gonna like throw all these names on there like Bad Bunny. So like you know nobody in Dominican Republic listen to Lil Uzi album right now, but when Bad Bunny on Utopia,
got a point there.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny will bring in tons of people. Like yeah, no. That name alone just holds a lot of following.
Yeah, if you have Bad Bunny in your song, the Hispanic community is gonna stand that shit no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about like his whole little rock sequence, like with some of the songs? Like, how y'all feeling on those?
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it.
Yeah,
I think
love the experimentation.
like this.
Go on, continue.
I have one complaint, and it's like I have one complaint about it. Is that CS, which was the cover for Chop Suey, that shit did not hit as hard as Chop Suey ever hit. Like
Yeah.
as a cover, it did not perform the way I wanted it to.
Mhm.
But besides that, Werewolf and with Bring Me the Horizon was actually like that shit was beautiful. Like actually one of the best songs he's made in a very long time.
I think in
I can
general
respect that.
too, Uzi just fits in so well with the rock category. Like his sound
I feel
blends
like
in so well.
he can blend in very well with the rock community.
Yeah.
Uh I don't know how I feel about him or the rock songs in general that he did do. I won't say like I fully enjoyed them. I liked the experimentation. It wasn't bad, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it.
What about the Baby Metal verse?
The
Where
baby metal verse which one?
Baby Metal so the song he made the
I don't know if
end.
he got to
Yeah,
it
no,
yet.
I know. No, I finished it.
Oh, you did? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I kept.
Okay, so the song The End with Baby Metal, how did you like that? Because there, Baby Metal is a um
I
Baby
enjoyed
Metal
that one.
is a band of like 15-year-old girls
Bro, they're
that
20.
make the hardest like like metal music.
Yeah.
Bro, they're
Um
20. It's insane. They look like 15-year-olds and they're older than
Yeah,
me.
but they started out when they were like friggin' 15. Like they started out younger. They've been around for a really long time. Like in the community that they fall under, like they're famous.
Damn.
Same thing with Bring Me the Horizon too. Like Bring Me the Horizon is a famous
Yeah.
metal band.
yeah. I will say Baby Mel was my favorite one out of the rock ones that he did do. But once
Yeah, I
again,
really like
I am not the biggest of rock fans in general. So
Mhm.
my pull or stance on that isn't always going to be the highest, but I will say I did enjoy the song.
Ooh,
I
this right here is coming from somebody who absolutely loves rock music, and I love the rap rock, like such as Playboy Cardi. Destroy Lonely has been doing a lot, like the entire If Looks Can Kill was basically rock music. And I'd say, like, just to put it in the range, because I said right before this podcast started that I didn't exactly mean it, but I thought If Looks Can Kill, in a rock sense, did the rock music better than Pink Tape did, simply because Destroy Lonely carried his voice better than Lil Uzi did on some of his rock songs. And I don't know if it was just more of an experimental thing for Lil Uzi, but I feel like Lil Uzi's been making rock music for so long, and this is just how he does it.
Mhm.
And that's how Destroy Lonely does it. But I think Destroy Lonely has more of a rock voice for that type of music.
Can I pose a question to you?
Yeah, of course.
Do you feel like in Uzi's rock songs, because when I did my second list too, I felt this way. But do you feel like the features, so like the Japanese band, I forgot their name, Baby Metal, I think it was, and the other band, do you think they carried Uzi in it a little bit? Because I
Oh,
noticed in my second listen, like Uzi's voice wasn't as prominent, but they
Yes.
used a lot of the bands. The bands were
Yeah.
really prominent in the songs.
see, I can't say that it's a carry thing because it seemed like Lil Uzi put up a lot of work on this album. And if you listen to Donda, we can say like Kanye got carried by all his features, but Kanye supposedly like thought for hours and hours on who should be on each song.
Mhm.
So Lil Uzi probably went out of his way and really thought through and said, "Yeah, I need this band, and it has to be these group of people, and they're gonna do this thing." So who even knows? Maybe he just knew he couldn't do it by himself, so he got these people to do it for him. So
That's exactly
it
what I was
could still
thinking
be.
too.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to like not overshadow the band while also like it being his song.
Yeah.
Like the credit is still given to Uzi, but I do think that the bands that he plays with, like makes music with in this album are very like prominently like that is mostly like them playing the music.
yeah. it gave off like more of a it was that bad and Uzi just featured on a verse kind of thing
Mhm.
and a couple of ad libs. Then it was like a Uzi song and they kind of were featuring.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that Uzi was the ringleader of the song though, so
Yeah.
I still think he deserves the credit as his song. Like
Yeah.
in the end, it is his song. But like, I'm glad he didn't go too hard into like taking over like half a song,
Mhm.
especially when it's with a band. Like the difference between like like the rap genre and like having like a full instrumental band, like the band is entirely teamwork. Like they have backup singers that are drummers, you know, where all they do is say like a line or two in a song, but they still get mic'd up the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think Uzi became a part of the bands that he
Yeah.
put on there.
That's a good
Yeah.
way to look at it.
He became an instrument with them.
Yeah. Like they all teamworked it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, I have a question for everybody for like going deeper into this. What do you guys think of the production for I'd say more of the rap wise, like going down from the I'd say around the Don Toliver upwards part of the
Hey,
album?
before we go there, can I just say I was disappointed with the Don Toliver feature.
Ooh.
I was real disappointed by the Don Toliver feature. I really expect him to do more.
That's a hot take
I
because
expected him to do more, but I was happy with what it was because it just
yeah,
sounded so fucking nice.
yeah. I want to
I will not speak on that matter. I'm just not a Don Toliver fan. I know it, so
yeah. I want to I just want to like emphasize that I feel like the Don Toliver feature was there primarily just to keep like beautiful flow on a on a song in a melodical sense. Like
Yeah.
just having both of their voices there, like even though I don't think Don Toliver made enough of a role for it, there have been songs where like where I've seen features where they literally get like 3 lines. So
Like
it's
Travis.
definitely common.
True, but I was
I
just making note of it because when I listened to it my first time, right, I saw Don Toliver was on it. I was like looking at I had the playlist up in front of me, the album, my fault. Had the album up in front of me. Song came on. I was just listening to it. Something happened. I was like doing something in the background on my computer while the song was playing. And I know this was on the next song, but I didn't hear Don Toliver. So then I went back, played it, and I was like, okay, it fits with the song, but in my opinion, it's one of those things where you can just play it, and if you zone out, you wouldn't even know he was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Which,
it's more like Uzi with Don Toliver than Uzi
yeah.
featuring Don Toliver.
And for me, like I was really excited to see Don on it, so that disappointed me. But it fits with it fits. It's whatever. I just want to hear Don. I just want to hear Don Toliver. I just want Don Toliver.
All right, this is like a little side quest onto the question I asked before, but this was more about the Don Toliver one. Lil Uzi made a song with Don Toliver not too long ago, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows. It's
Fire.
Lemonade. And do you guys think that there's been a decline of Don Toliver's quality from Lemonade onward, or no?
I don't
This
listen to him enough to
yeah,
answer.
that's okay, so this is a sensitive topic apparently because I brought this up at a uh at an event I was at earlier in like the last couple of weeks, and I brought up the fact that like I don't know, I think Don Toliver so my position was I think that Don Toliver um is he's not living up to the expectations he set for himself towards the beginning, but then everybody kindly, not so kindly, they yelled the fuck at me. They were like, bro, you cannot compare any of Don Toliver's work to like Heaven or Hell, because Heaven or Hell was like a generational album that he made, and you can't compare everything to Heaven or Hell because it'd make everything look like shit.
That's cap though.
Which
If
is
they,
which is what they told me. Now,
so if
like
an artist sets their bar that high, you don't want me to compare their previous and their following work to that bar that they themselves set.
Yeah,
That doesn't make
that's a good
sense.
argument.
at the same time though, I think I understand a little bit of what they said. Like I got a little bit out of it, which was that I shouldn't like kill his other albums for me personally, because like I love the recent shit he's been doing, like the recent project he's made. Like Life of Don was really good. Like I genuinely enjoyed a lot of his music after Heaven or Hell.
Mhm.
I'm a pretty big Don Toliver fan. Although do I think Lovesick was as good as Heaven or Hell? No.
No.
Do I still think it was a good album? Yes. So it's kind of interesting trying to compare it to like, oh, Don Toliver's downfall, like he's fallen off because he's not producing Heaven or Hell type shit, but I don't know.
I like to also add in that argument, in my opinion. Lovesick was a good album, but as far as from like Life and Dawn and Heaven or Hell, it was a dramatic decrease and like not so much like quality or production quality because it was good, but I feel more of I don't even want to say creativity, but it just felt like it wasn't the same Dawn. Like it sounded good, it was good music, but again, it just felt like I was missing something for me anyway, personally. But I just feel like Don isn't as I don't want to say good, but like I'll say memorable. His music's not as memorable as it used
He's
to
not
be.
as hungry as he once was. He
Yeah,
used to be
he
so
don't got that dog in him, you know?
Yeah, he not hungry no more, man.
You know, he was
I-
starving to get that top album.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not gonna lie though. If he were to take like some songs from Lovesick here and there, and instead of just making Lovesick an album, just dropped some of the hits, like dropped Company 3.
Mhm.
Like if he dropped Company Part 3 as a single, it would have gotten so much more respect. But I think because it's thrown into an album with a ton of other songs, because he also made a deluxe,
Yeah.
like it's hard to go through a whole album and pick out some of his really goated songs, because like some of his songs go hard in that album, just not all of them.
100% agree with that.
Speaking of songs and albums, back to Lil Uzi. Where do you guys rank this album compared to all his other ones?
I don't know if I did like it or not, but I just tripped over my fucking wire while sitting down.
Oh, it's louder now.
We heard it.
Yeah.
I've never tripped while sitting down before, but that just fucking happened.
we heard it.
Can't even say don't run no trip to that.
Don't run no trip.
Yeah, so to compare it to the other albums, that's a tough take. Should we do recent albums first? Because I feel like if we go further back, I'm
we're
not gonna
talking about like
For who?
Uzi.
for
Lil
Uzi. Yeah,
Uzi
for
Vert.
Uzi.
I like his older albums because literally I think I can maybe take two songs from his album that I actually might add into any playlist. That's my take. Most of the songs is just not my type of listen. I'll listen to it. I'll have no problem listening to it. Me personally, like taking my type of vibe to music.
Mhm.
It's not my vibe. Most
Makes
of them, at
sense.
least. That's why I rate the album a little bit lower than some of his other ones.
So if to back off what you said, if I'm gonna rate this album based on like the Uzi that I like personally, there was like the second half of the album that was mainly the Uzi I like. When it's like kind of like Uzi Vert versus the World, Lover's Rage, that type of music.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if I'm gonna rate it to Uzi's other albums, it's gonna be lower. Like it's gonna be probably like mid to low. But
Yeah,
he did a lot of creative shit on the album, so I don't want to
Yes.
disregard the creativity of it.
That's why I'm gonna take it with a little bit of grain of salt because he was doing a lot of creativity and he was experimenting, and it wasn't bad experimenting because there's nothing wrong with trying to find more sounds that will go with you because that is a great thing to do as an artist.
Mhm.
It's a great thing to always explore and find more things to the horizon to see if you have these skills to keep going and become more diverse than just known as a rapper or a rock star artist type thing. And it's always great to have multiple skills. So I won't bash the album way too hard because I will say it was part experimental. So that's just my thing.
I think rating this album against other albums, and this is something that I'm actually going to try to do because I know I told all of you guys beforehand. I actually took notes on this album because the notes were personal because I needed to sort it because he had so much experimental music in there. I needed to sort it to find what sound I liked, what I was going for, what I was looking for, what I got. And I want to in the future start actually like going through his albums again fully and rating songs from there too, because I have a personal like bias for just old Uzi, and it's unfair because the way I see it, the way I see it now is he ever going to make anything better than that? Like that's why I'm trying to put Pink Tape as high as possible because as far as experimenting goes, he has more potential with this album than any of his others because the other albums he made were his distinct sound, and now this is him branching out to different audiences, which could be super big. But it's definitely better than Pluto X Baby Pluto.
You know, I
That shit
forgot that was
was
an album for a minute.
Oh my god, I put that shit at number 0. What the fuck? That's so bad. Bro,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do agree with what you guys say about this one being very experimental, but I just want to add, like, as the music that he's been making every time he's dropped an album, nobody else was making music like that. Like every time he dropped something, like album wise, there would be something that would be like nobody else is making music like that. It's very different. Like Neon Guts, Rebrunk Pharrell with the trap, freaking then the album after Eternal Take when he well not album after, sorry, but he also made EXO Tour Life where that started like a whole different brand of music and it brought like people, underground artists who were making similar music to that all the way up. Then Eternal Take, he was making music like Eternal Take can't exactly say there's something experimental on that one. That was kind of very like normal, but there was like one or two songs that weren't exactly the same as all the others. But then he just, I guess he brings already a genre and he makes it so much bigger. Like how you do it, I just want to rock it, stuff like that. Just his name on something just makes it humongous, so girthy. Sorry.
Either way, it has been a great time with you, gentlemen, but I'm gonna have to cut myself short
Pussy.
right now. Oh, that's
Wow.
crazy. That's crazy. You're the one that waited for me.
Coward.
Who's bitch? You waited for me. I'm sorry.
That's
Either way.
crazy.
Wow.
Wow, how you gonna do me like that?
Hoot hoot.
You take care
that
of
was
yourself, brother,
attractive.
man.
That was so attractive. That was
Either
so
way,
attractive.
I love all of you. Leave more comments. Hope this rest of the podcast goes well. Tristan sent me the clip after. I'm listening
I got
more of
you.
this. I want to listen in. I'm sorry I have to cut it short, but all right, I'll catch y'all.
Take
Safety,
care,
man.
man.
Safety.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Lucas, I wanna hear your opinion on the album's rating.
Oh boy, people are not gonna like this. So, in my opinion,
This guy
I
thought
say
it was
that- I gotta-
perfect.
I gotta say that because this was without a doubt Uzi's best album he's ever done.
My jaw hit the table, bro. It's
It
broken.
clears by fucking miles because my reasoning is because in all honesty, this is like a combination of passion and creativity that I don't think we've ever seen from him. And I think we were gonna see it from him with Eternal Take version 1, but we all know what happened with that. So it's like this is like what we were supposed to get 5 years ago that just kind of got fucked up and just ruined basically.
Had to be a lot longer than 5 years ago. I'm not gonna lie, it had to have been like eight years in the making, bro.
Yeah, and it's like this is like I don't know. I feel like he got derailed big time in 2020, and that's why the deluxe was basically the only thing people were listening to from Uzi at that time. Because
Don't
Eternal
forget about the
Take.
Pluto album.
Oh yeah, everybody was all over that one.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, baby
And then,
sauce.
and then Red and
Baby
White.
Sasuke.
Baby Sasuke.
No, Red and White slapped though. I think Red and White was kind of like him just getting the rest of the shit that got derailed out of there. Like, because like Red and White, majority of it was leaks from that era that was supposed to be on Eternal Take version 1.
Yeah, man.
And it's like
Back of my freaking purse.
you put together Eternal Take Deluxe and Red and White EP, and that's kind of like what the original EA was supposed to be.
Mhm.
It just came out fucking 2 years separately, and just all like shitty promotion and everything. But yeah, this without a doubt, I think King Tape was, I think the most fun he had on an album, and definitely the most passion we've seen from him in a long time. I think if I'm rating the albums, I put this probably at 1. I think the only other album that has this type of like energy from him is Love Is Rage 2.
Mm.
Don't
Yeah,
get
that's
me
gonna
wrong,
be
I still love
controversial.
I love 2016 Uzi, and like his first 3 albums are great. Love Is Rage 1 was one of my favorite albums of all time, but it's like the effort that was put in to this and is just so similar to Love Is Rage 2. It just I don't know, man. He's got like I said, he's got like 6 different genres on this,
That's
and
true.
the whole Donda comparison is like it looks like he was the ringleader to like you know damn well his label did not tell him to get that fucking Japanese pop band on this
hell no.
album. Nobody wanted that, and nobody
Yeah.
wanted him to do a cover of what was that song?
Chop
Yes?
Suey.
Yeah, nobody wanted him to do that either. This was strictly a passion project, and I respect it. It
Oh,
reminds me a lot of Donda, and it reminds me a lot of when X dropped the Question Mark album.
okay, just to stop you real quick, because we're talking about that.
So good observation.
In endless fashion, do you guys know what song that was that he used, that he sampled?
I don't.
the one with
Nicki
Minaj, right?
He freaked out.
I'm
No,
blue, dabu dee
Yeah,
dabu die.
yeah.
He used that song. I had that song rent free in my head for years. I just think about it randomly, and he
I'm not
used
gonna
it in the album.
Yeah. That song has definitely been sampled before, like crazy. Like that sample is ran through for sure. But yeah, hearing Uzi on I'm Blue Dabu Dee Dabu Die with Nicki Minaj is just kind of like you have to be on drugs to think of that.
Yeah, because like all the other times I heard that sample used, like for the most part, it was either like jokes or just like new artists using it, which it's cool because it gives them their own unique thing to it. But Uzi,
That's crazy. I didn't even realize it
a
was
mainstream artist using that, bro. I had to send
You
that to
didn't
my
hear it?
sister.
I genuinely didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? Well, that was the first thing I
honest,
noticed.
though,
Exactly.
Because mainly because my girlfriend's in a sorority, and like when they go to the bars and stuff, a big popular song that DJs play over there is that song, but they
There's
have a
no fucking
remix
way.
where somebody where this girl actually sings. She's like, and she says, "I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling all
yeah,
right."
that's Miley Cyrus.
something like that. Sure.
Bro,
Some girl.
that's a thing.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
it just recently came out.
I hate that
Bro,
part already.
David Guetta is on the song, bro.
Why did you start it like that?
What, David Guetta? Is he not like a hometown hero?
Nah, he's the goat, low key.
So I thought David Guetta was going to be on Pink Tape.
Bro,
He was
honestly, he
unlisted feature.
He didn't
honestly, he
clear it.
could have been. The way Uzi was going, he could have been.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
two questions. First, because I was talking about this with Fran earlier, and he brought up a good point. I wasn't waiting for Pink Tape because personally, my roommates were hyped about it the whole time. I thought Uzi was gonna bait for another year, wasn't gonna drop this. So I try to get myself as least hyped for this album as possible, right? But I had a conversation with a friend this morning, and he was saying, like, look, man, for somebody that waited like 3 years since the last album movie dropped, it was not worth the wait. For Lucas, I think it's gonna be worth the wait.
It was 1,000,000% worth the wait.
Because I wasn't hyped for it, it was definitely worth the wait. Like I took every piece of music he dropped, amazing. Because I heard it and immediately my mood just shot up to the roof. But for everybody else, how was that for you? Do you think it was worth the wait? Would you wait another 3 years?
Yes.
Shit, I wasn't even waiting. I've never heard a Uzi album before in my life. This was the first time I ever, I was like, you know what? Everybody's so hyped for this shit. I'm gonna give it a chance, and I turned that shit off. I went back and I listened to the whole thing, but it wasn't it.
Hey, speaking of which, everybody, this guy's going to roll out 2C Lil Uzi.
Oh God.
Yeah, man. I like the guy. I like the guy himself. His music ain't for me.
Are you just gonna be there in the mosh pit to say like, yeah, that guy Uzi, cool guy. Fuck his music.
Honestly, I couldn't even say a single lyric from a single one of his songs. But I'll be there in the crowd.
I just want to rock. Are you dead ass right now?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Bro, he literally just goes ooh ooh ooh. You can just do that.
Yeah,
Don't try to fry me though. I'll fry you though if you try to do that to me.
May I say, bro, as a big Playboy Cardi fan, a big Opium fan, waiting for albums is like it's like part of the fan base.
Yeah, you got it rough.
Waiting for Lil Uzi, who I expected not to be like them, kind of hurt me, bro. Kind of hurt me. Shit was still worth the wait though. It's just pretty hard, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I figured it was pretty on brand for him considering Eternal Take and how that went. But I mean, like, but before that, like he was making bangers from 2015 to 2017, but then he just stopped. Gave it 3 years, then hopped back in. He had to torture us for a good 3 years, and then he tortured us even longer for this album. I would say I've been waiting for it, and I definitely do think it was worth the wait. Like I wasn't gonna sit here and slowly die. Like I was living my life in the background, listening to the music to the people who actually dropped.
Of course.
But like,
yeah.
Now that it's out, I'm super excited for what he's gonna do next. Like, I feel like that was the main pull I got out of this album.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be getting not supposed to be getting a deluxe, supposed to be getting another album too. So
yeah, he said he's gonna drop a whole another album, which kind of sucks because I feel like we're waiting another 3 years.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Forever.
I was actually gonna ask you guys. Normally, when Lil Uzi says he's gonna drop another album, he does not mention it so close to his last album. Speaking of Eternal Take, when he brought up Pink Tape, he actually waited a little bit before that happened. Gave Eternal Take a little bit of thing, but people were saying it sounds like he was saying instead of a thing I'm gonna treat you guys, like instead of a deluxe, I'm gonna treat you guys a whole nother album of like what I'm thinking is gonna be like a whole bunch of songs that got leaked or a whole bunch of features and shit like that. Like shit that like he hasn't been working on for exponential amount of time. I think he's just gonna release some of his discography that got leaked already. Like some of it, and then some of it's gonna be new songs we never heard before. like artists that he's been like hanging out with. That's what I'm hoping it is. Because again, as I said before, he's just been fucking outside hanging out with all these other rappers. You can't not make a song with these guys.
Yeah.
I think he slept over at Ken Carson's house one time, bro. So like, they have to have a song together. Bro.
Hey, Carson.
Keep praying, bro.
So back in 2020, after after he was done with his three project rollout with the EA Deluxe and then the Pluto album, he went on live and he threw out like about like 25 to 30 snippets, and he said that his next album rollout is gonna be Pink Tape, Forever Young, and Love Is Rage 3. And so I'm expecting this next album to come within the next couple months, and it's gonna be more of the snippets from that live, because out of the snippets we got in that like month time period, like 6 or 7 of them were on this album. So I got a feeling we'll get probably like another 6 of them on this upcoming Forever Young album, and then maybe some more on Love Is Rage 3, depending on how he's gonna do shit. Because like clearly we have no idea what the fuck this guy's gonna do compared just because of what he did with this album. But yeah, I expect the next album to be Forever Young, and I think we're definitely gonna get it by the end of the year.
I hope you're right.
I mean, yeah, I hope so.
And if it's got some of the shit that I've heard, then I'm really, really excited.
Honestly, the only reason why I'm saying that it might drop soon is because if you have been seeing the trailers for Rolling Loud and stuff like that, this is supposed to be like, so all the Rolling Louds are supposedly supposed to link up to one thing, and then one of the events is supposed to be the event of the year where the most possible artists can go and the biggest names go, and obviously that's the one in Miami, the one that we're going to.
That's
so
crazy.
I'm thinking because I keep seeing these things saying event of the year, so on and so forth. Will Uzi drop the album or this like what I think is an extended deluxe, like with just new songs for Rolling Loud, and then like play songs from Pink Tape and songs from that album just to keep us happy?
I mean, there's a possibility he drops it the day before he performs with Rolling Loud, which would be insane. Because I'll literally give his fans like a night to like listen to the songs before he's gonna perform it. That would be insane.
Then again though, I think a big thing that we'd have to figure out at that point is if he's dropping. All right, so this album had like 26 songs, something like that, and then he drops an entire other album. So it's not a deluxe; it was an entire another album. So this is gonna be another like at least 15 songs.
I think he'll have around 15 to 16.
Fresh 15 songs. So now we've got like 40 around 40-ish songs to know before he performs. But then again, he's also just a special guest. Like, I don't even know if he has a timestamp in this shit.
So regarding that, he was a special guest at Summer Smash recently. I think it was like last week, and they gave him over 30-minute set.
Damn.
So I'm not too worried about him being just a special guest as much as I was.
That's good news too, because out of all the people I've seen perform, Uzi's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, my theory regarding that is that they knew that Pink Tape was dropping before these festivals were coming, and they didn't know if he was gonna have a proper brand new playlist and set ready for it, because he's on completely new shit now. Like his performance is pretty much all Pink Tape now, which I'm so excited for. We're about to be,
and he's gonna play I Just Want to Rock 7 times.
Oh God.
Yeah, he did it last year.
Yes, he did.
And I loved it all 7 times.
So I'm gonna pose the last question that I wanted to give out. Mikhail, I think you're gonna hate this question, but it has to be asked. Will Pink Tape be more influential than Whole Lotta Red? In my opinion, I don't think so.
Well,
but I don't know
actually,
yet
what? See,
because it took a time for a whole lot of Red to like be accepted and loved. Like it wasn't immediate. Everybody hated it immediately. Even me, I hated that album when I first listened to it. But
I
it
was the
grew.
only one jacking it. I was the only one jacking it from the jump.
I'll give it to you. You had the vision. I was not fucking with the vision until I got
I
bored of regular music.
I
it took me
still
a
don't see
week.
the vision. I
It's
still don't see the vision.
If it's more, I don't know if it'll be more influential because, like, I mean, when this album came out, people were calling it Uzi's Whole Lotta Red.
sure.
Yeah.
So, like, but like, I don't know. I feel like it'll definitely inspire people to do more experimental shit.
Mm.
But I feel like,
I think the
yeah, I'm gonna
biggest
say
thing
no.
the biggest thing we're gonna get from this album is I think a lot more people are gonna be experimenting between rap and rock. They're gonna be trying to like combine those two because what Uzi did, it was pretty fucking fire. It
Yeah,
was pretty unique. So I think people are gonna try to do that more. But as far as like a whole new sound being created from it, I don't know.
I
yeah,
feel like this is an interesting question to pose because I don't know if you could even correlate them in that way because I believe that a big inspiration to at least a good section of Pink Tape was Whole Lotta Red.
yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I
Like
was about to say.
I believe Uzi took a lot of inspiration out of that sound, and he managed to incorporate it in his own little fashion the way he does.
agreed.
So I don't think you could even compare them to like inspirational levels. And this is coming from a person who doesn't like a whole lot of red.
Mm.
Like it's just a like a form of like Cardi spent the entire album like dedicating it to experimenting with this sound that he figured was gonna blow up, and it did. And now Uzi is using Pink Tape to incorporate other people's sounds into his own.
Mm.
Like all of these genres that he's in are not foreign genres. Like Baby Metal is an existing super popular artist, you know, like
Mhm.
Bring Me the Horizon is a super influential popular artist, and that is their music to a T. Uzi did not change anything to how their style of music is. All he did was put his voice into that genre. So as he starts to find genres, he can potentially use the experimentation with this album to create an album as influential or more influential than Whole Lotta Red if he figures out his sound. That's my thinking on
That's a
it.
good takeaway from it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like Whole Lotta Red, in my opinion, Whole Lotta Red was more influential, but Uzi did it better. Like
I agree.
I enjoy the way Uzi did it better, but I
Yeah.
can't deny the fact that Cardi did it first, and if Cardi didn't do it, then Uzi probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Bro, my jaw just dropped.
Coming.
I think a whole lot of red for what it was. I'm not gonna sit here and glaze and say it's a masterpiece,
Do it.
but
Say it.
it was a
Raise that
masterpiece.
boy.
It was very, 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 very well made. I think he made
He's slobbering him right now. Keep going.
yeah, he made it in the like perfectly down the middle, down the line. So people who like trap music would still tune in,
Mm.
and people who like rock music would also be like, "What is this melody?" And I think I'm not gonna say that Lil Uzi didn't do it as well because I think Lil Uzi just did it differently. I think that Cardi had like metal, like a more of a metal tone going on in his album because mostly he was talking about killing people. Like when I go to sleep, I dream about murder.
Mm.
And then Lil Uzi was more, he's kind of he had the rock songs that you can play not at a concert. these rock songs could potentially be on commercials, shit like that. Lil Uzi just generally always does stuff that can be more televised than Playboy Cardi does.
That makes sense.
So I want to actually disagree with you on that. Only
Ooh.
because, in my opinion, I feel like he does rock and metal better than Cardi, in the sense
Yeah, me
that
too.
Cardi, when he did a whole lot of red, yeah, he used aspects of rock and metal, but in my opinion, it was still predominantly rap. So if I was a predominantly like rock head or a metal head, whole lot of red would be like interesting to me. Like I would poke my head and go like, that sounds cool. But if I listen to Pink Tape as one of those people, that would be my preferred like music. Because like James said, Uzi didn't try to like make something new. Instead, he just kind of like put himself in that genre.
Yeah,
True.
I want to agree with Tristan and disagree with Mikhail on this as well. Um, I I I grew up in a house like a predominantly metal rock house. My dad plays it as like in a band, and I've been listening to it since childhood, and I can confidently say that as much as everybody says Whole Lotta Red is metal, it is not. It is not. It is more its own genre than it is metal. It is definitely not. It definitely takes aspects of it, but it takes aspects of a lot of things. Like the way his production was in Whole Lotta Red was nothing that you'd ever find in a conventional metal band. And his sound isn't even conventional metal. It would be alternate metal if anything. And that's completely disregarding the fact that it was predominantly rap. Like he was a rapper with metal tones more than he was a rock star with rap tones. Which is why I find that interesting, cuz like in Uzi's song Werewolf, that was a metal song, no rap. Like that was Uzi in a heavy metal band song.
Yep.
Like because that's a heavy metal band. Like that is what you're going to find in the metal genre, which is why I understand it more, but I also respect Cardi more because I don't know why everybody's throwing him into the metal genre when this is a completely new genre of music that Cardi invented. Like that is something completely different than like a band would make.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, I can agree on you on that one. I think I'm looking more for the word of maybe I'm thinking of the punk music that they like in the 1970s 80s in London they had punk music that sounded similar to the shrieking and yelling that Playboy Cardi does.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that. You would have thought everybody there was vampire.
Honestly, I have a friend who's British. Well, technically he's from New Zealand, but the rest of his family is British. I might have him listen to a whole lot of Red to get his opinion because we were talking like a week ago at like a jazz festival. Yeah, I went to a jazz festival. Disregarding that.
Crazy. That was a
Yeah.
wild sentence, bro.
Yeah,
But
that
That
was
was
look,
crazy.
bro, when you're born in
a
Rochester and you
Brit
hear like
from
they
New
have a
Zealand.
jazz festival in the middle of the city and your friend has an apartment that's literally on that street, you just get drunk as fuck and go to a jazz festival.
That's crazy, bro.
So whatever. Yeah, we are talking about it, and he brought up British punk music, and so I might have him like take a listen to a whole lot of Red and get his perspective on that. It might be interesting.
Fucking hates it.
I honestly, I'll be.
Uh, I don't know if you ever asked, but Whole Lotta Red better than Pink Tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cap too.
Sorry, I can't. I don't love Cardi, but he's cool. And I actually really liked Whole Lotta Red, but I didn't like it off the first listen the way I like this off of the first listen.
Same.
And also, I'm a Uzi dick rider, so I can't.
Yeah, it's I'm a Cardi dick rider. We can shake hands
Yeah,
there.
we know.
Oh shit, we could 1629.
Bro, they should put Ariana Grande on the album.
Which one? Whole Lotta Red.
No, on Pink Tape.
Oh.
Ariana Grande. What?
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 Yeah, she
As
was.
a Cardi lover but hater of Whole Lotta Red, I still I would still have to say that Pink Tape is better. Although I find that I still love Cardi's music, just not Whole Lotta Red.
Did you guys say your favorite songs off of Pink Tape yet?
No, we didn't actually.
X2. Ken
X2
Carson
is-
made the beat.
X2 is hard. I really like it.
Ken Carson made the beat.
I didn't like Excel at first, but after like my second listen, it's
Yeah,
growing
it
on me.
grew on me. I didn't like it first listen, but after the 7th listen, I really.
If only they put Ken Carson on the song, it just would have been so much
It's not
better.
happening, bro. It's not happening.
My
I would have
God.
liked if he was on the first verse, because honestly, again, it's the same situation with the Suicide Doors. I think Uzi was better on the second verse, and if he had a feature on both those songs, I think that would have been higher on my list.
Honestly,
Yeah, they should just like threw Ken Carson on both those songs.
Honestly, he could have. He would have fit
Yeah.
perfectly on it.
yeah.
I genuinely think that you're right on this one. If King Carson was on X2, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Honestly, I think if he had like Ken Carson or somebody else just on the Rage songs at the start, maybe even Yeet would have been crazy. I don't know if he would have fit that. Actually, he kind of would have fit that beat.
He
But
could have had
he would've
Cardi
been
on Suicide Doors.
true.
No, Cardi could have been on anything, honestly.
I mean, yeah.
On the album. Cardi could have been on the album. Period.
Cardi like,
Nah,
yo, Uzi, you gotta take my verse off the album, bro. My mom said I can't be on it.
Could you imagine, bro, morning of the fucking release, your best friend comes up to you and says, "Yeah, we gotta scrap this. Yeah, I got some bad news."
Yeah, sorry, my mom grounded me.
My mama said I can't drop the song on the album.
Your face, how many tears in your eyes? Like, my mama said I can't put that on the tape.
You know, speaking of which, I'm gonna do that to Gabe.
Bro, I swear to God, if you start doing what new artists do, which is like gatekeeping your music, not dropping, I gotta wait a whole nother year to get some official release music. I swear to God, bro, I'm coming to that studio and I'm beating your ass. Don't drop
Bombing
music.
it. Oh.
The pain and agony.
He's probably still not gonna drop, but I'm gonna drop for you.
Disfigured body.
All right. Do you want to give our favorite songs? Let's do favorite top threes at least. No, top threes at most. Let's not go any further because we're coming up on time here.
I'm cool with top 3.
Yeah.
Let's have Mikhail go first.
Oh, okay.
Teacher.
Got you. So I have X2 at number 1. I have Endless Fashion. This is like the first time I ever had a Nicki Minaj feature.
Yes, sir.
Any artist besides herself, as of lately, on the top anything. And then of course, because even though it came out prior, as just to be able to open up Apple Music and listen to that song, it makes me feel so young again.
Makes sense.
Calm.
Of course, is great.
I'll go next. Mikhail and me kind of have like similar list. Only one song though. I would say number 1 is Pluto to Mars.
Ooh, that's a
fire.
good song.
2 for me is Endless Fashion because when Nicki did that verse when it started, oh my god, I literally paused it, jumped out of my seat, and started running. Nicki had me in shambles.
Yeah, I thought that shit was gonna be number 1 for you, honestly. The way you were talking about it.
Bro, honestly, it was number 1. And then I did the second list, and I was like, okay, look. I want it to be number 1, but it's gonna be number 2. You know,
Real.
fuck that. No. Fuck that shit.
Stand your
Endless
ground.
Fashion is number 1.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is number 2. Zoom is number 3. I don't care that it got leaked. Zoom is number 3.
Zoom is so goated. I can't
Yeah.
listen to it anymore though.
I'll give my list next. I'm gonna go 3 to 1. 3, Zoom. I know it got leaked. I've been waiting for it for years. I'm so glad it's out. I'm so glad it's out. It's beautiful. Uh, two is I Gotta, bro. Something about that fucking bell,
Yeah.
bro.
Ooh, that's
Something about
great.
the so
Underrated
that
song.
bell. Oh my god. And number 1, which was a very, very tough decision for me. I put Nakamura
Let's
because
fucking go.
Oh shit.
that was the first song I've ever heard in my life that made me feel like I was the main character of my own movie.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, bro.
I genuinely believed for a solid like 3 minutes that I played a role bigger than my own in this universe.
Bro,
Who
that's
the
how I
fuck
felt.
just turned on their PlayStation?
Yeah, I heard that.
Bro, that's how I felt when I first listened to "Go to the Moon" by Playboy Cardi and Whole Lotta Red.
Okay, I agree with that.
Sorry. I still don't like Go to the Moon.
Shit, James, you did your top 3?
Yeah.
All right, my top 3 are Fire Alarm. I love how fucking different it is, and I love Uzi's deep voice, but not really. And it was so fire. I know it was edited to be even deeper. It just made it better for me.
Love that shit too.
It was fire.
And then I really liked the song with Don Toliver. Shit. I don't know if it'll be at number 2 though. I don't know. Look, I have a top 2. I'm gonna do a top 2 because I can't pick. So it's gonna be the Fire Alarm and shit, flooded the face intro.
Okay.
That is honestly probably one of my favorite Uzi songs ever. I think it's his vibe perfectly. And the second it started, it has the Love Is Rage 2 vibes.
Mhm.
And even Love Is Rage 1 vibes with the Uzi, not again.
Flooded the face. I am not gay. I am not gay. I am not gay. I swear I'm not gay. I swear I'm not gay. Wait, fuck, I'm gay. Wait, fuck, I'm gay.
It's perfect.
I just can't wait till the one album Uzi's like, I said fuck him, I'm gay.
But yeah, I really like those 2 songs. If I had to pick a third one, it'd probably either be the song with Don Toliver or All Alone. All Alone. I haven't been waiting for All Alone as much as like some of the other unreleased that made it to the album. But when All Alone, the snippet first came out, he was just playing it at Rolling Loud, and I was just like, "Oh shit, this is about to be such a better album than EA." Like when I first heard that snippet, I was like, "He's on some different shit now," and I was so happy that it actually made it to the album. You hear a snippet and then you never get it. All Alone is, I love it, bro. It's one of my favorites.
I just want to say a final note before this episode ends. I think a lot of the music for this album we'll be seeing in like movies in the future. Just because like a lot of it to me was just like, yo, as I was listening to the album, I was like, I could imagine like a Fast and the Furious scene with Fire Alarm in it. That would be hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That would be hard as fuck.
That would be so dope.
Yeah.
They already started. I'm pretty sure I Just Wanna Rock made it to a movie.
That's insane.
Yeah, I Just Wanna Rock is in.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
I forgot which movie, but Blue Beetle.
I'm hyped to see like music videos too and shit. Cause like when he posted the trailer to the album, that shit was fire too.
Yeah.
No, that shit was guap too.
Well, the music video for Nakimura and the end. Those are gonna be music videos I'm interested in seeing what he does for it.
You think Shinsuke's gonna
Has to.
I hope he has to, right?
He
right?
actually has to, bro.
I
It would
think
be
I think
so
it should be a
fucking
memorial music video, and it's just Shinsuke.
bro. Just do like a fucking playlist of his matches and have the song on loop.
Yeah, just have a highlight
Exactly.
reel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
bro. People already did that on Instagram, bro. One of Shinsuke's best matches, they fucking just threw the song over, and oh my god, I was so happy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we came up on time. Thank you very much for having this discussion about Pink Tape with me. Any final notes? Anybody want to say anything? Any words of wisdom?
Let's hear Jeffrey say something.
Yeah, about how much he hated it.
Look, man,
This guy's showering.
I'm cooking.
1 in the morning.
Yo, who let this guy cook?
Man, Flooded the Face, you know, he got me. I was like, damn, this might be a fire-ass album. That was my favorite song. He did not up that song after that song. I feel like he could have put that a little further, so I had low expectations for the album. But fuck me, I guess. But, all right.
What was the other song you liked?
What?
You, liked too? You said you had 2 songs you liked. What was the other
Did I
one?
say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hey, with Travis Scott, and then I heard Travis Scott's part, and I was like, damn, he really didn't do what I thought he would do.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, this album sucks. And then I heard Nicki, and I was like, damn, I just heard her song with Ice Spice, and I hated that shit, so I don't really care about her verse. Yeah,
You're a hater.
I am a hater. I am.
He's such a big hater, but oh my god, is it funny? All right.
Jeffrey, I'm banning you from the show until you like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone for a while,
Yeah,
man.
he's
That's
gonna be
absurd.
gone for the rest of his life. I'm not banning you. We live to never see you again.
Yeah, that's a perma ban.
Got blacklisted. All right, thank you everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm never saying that again. Holy shit.
Yeah, have Jeffrey say it.
Honestly. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Support the podcast by sharing it with a friend. Have a nice life though. We'll see you another day.
Nice life.
Yeah. Eat some rice. Bye.
I'm just focused on my business. I'm a young nigga who flexing and I'm focused on my business. I've been making all this money, I got here as my witness. All these bitches mad at me like I've been flexing for my fitness.